Hey guys, it's Eagle, and welcome back into Monifactory. A little bit short on the introduction today because I have so many things that I need to do. I haven't really played on the world all that much. Every now and then I'd get on and let a couple of the more grindy, weighty things kind of go, such as making myself some Invar. So that's still going, I guess. But we have a lot of things that we need to do, and I think I'm just going to sit here and take you guys through as much of a realistic kind of progression system as we can. Oh, I also upgraded my backpack. This is nice. We're going to need these blocks for a build later on. More on that later. I also forgot to turn this off and lock these drawers, so we have a seemingly infinite amount of these extraterrestrial matters. As you can see by my XP, I've been sitting here just kind of doing this every now and then, watching this thing collect up. So maybe not the most efficient use of our time, but here we are. Before we get started on all the progress that we plan to make today, I want to say thank you once again for all the support on this series. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. So if you guys are enjoying the series, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot, and it just motivates me to keep pushing. More on HNN, we're going to need to upgrade it again. So we need to get ourselves some more loot fabricators because we have a lot of our models that aren't really doing anything. So we need to kind of get that rocking and rolling. We're going to need to get some of these dark steel casings. I really think I kind of want to, it looks like I can just make one right now, but what I really want to do is make a lot of those. So that's part of this. I'm going to get myself some iron and some coal, hopefully, and we're just going to make a bunch of steel and make ourselves all the LV machine casings and machine holes that we could possibly need, at least until I need more, because it's Greg Tech, so that always happens. First things first, we're going to have to make ourselves some more MV circuits. Hopefully today we can move away from making these because they are very expensive. Yeah, so if we can avoid making those, we're going to want to do that. But we got an extra loot fabricator for now, so we can go ahead and place this thing down. We don't have any of our cards. Of course not. I have nothing. I'm so broke. One energy card, and we'll make a few item cards. We're going to need them. And to get this thing set up, we're going to need to get a zombie prediction and put this into this basic item filter. And then we can, in theory, put this in, insert that, okay. And then we want to put the energy in. Oh no, it got a shulker. What did I do wrong? I think we just changed it to match NBT and that should be fine. Then we could put the energy card in. And in theory, once we get this thing connected, and it should only be able to get that. There we go. We are getting ourselves some zombie predictions. We're going to need to add some ULV covers to this. Make sure this is set to import into the system. And in theory, we should have some predictions in here. And we do. Cool. So we can go ahead and set this thing to create some iron. But that's not it. We still need to connect this back into the system. So we're going to drop down here. We're going to put some pipes in. We're also going to need a conveyor module on that. Oh no. Don't break everything. Empty hand. Import. And then now we can route this into this barrel. In theory. I don't have a wrench. Yes, I do. We're definitely going to need to clear out these drawers so that this doesn't fill up and also start spilling out into everything else. But we've officially gotten 2 Enderman data models, 1 Shulker data model, and a zombie model. So we're going to need a few more for sure to ensure that we have enough resources. So I think we're definitely going to want to start with the Shulker, and then we're also going to want to get a creeper so we can get some coal. And that's going to basically make us to where we have infinite steel. And there we go. We can make ourselves the creeper data model. We're also going to need a simulation chamber for this. Need another dark steel hole. Ooh, we don't have any more steel. Actually, I think I was smart. Invar, wrought iron, no steel though. Okay, I lied. I wasn't smart. Another node for the next simulation chambers. And there we go, simulation chamber for the creeper model. Connect up the laser node to it. And make sure this is getting power. As well as inserting items. And there we go. We have the creeper data model. Connect this to here. And another conveyor. And we're not going to do anything yet with that because we need yet another. What are these called? Loot fabricator. Can you tell it's been a while since I've gotten on the game? I'm forgetting what things are called. Oh, jeez. We're going to need a lot of steel today. I can already feel it. And another loot fabricator. Configure this to have the creeper model. connect it up, give it energy, give it an item insert, and insert the creeper prediction. Match. And now we can turn on this into import, and it should pull it all out. Let's see if we get this in. Aha, we do. Make me coal. Hopefully making a few of these void upgrades will actually solve a few of our overflow problems. But we're going to start with just one for now, because I need to make some drawers. But this is going to go on the extraterrestrial matter. There you go. Now we can transfer all this over and delete it. All right, I've made 4 more simulation chambers, and we have to get the models that we need for them. So we're going to go 1 skeleton, and a witch, a slime, and a guardian. There we go. And we've completed all of the overworld mobs. We're definitely going to need to make more than one of some of these. I know the slime data model is very useful because you can make platinum and nickel, which is all very useful. And I think even for the witch, you can get redstone and glowstone. So some of these for sure are going to need more than one. But for now, this is a good place to start. While I'm waiting for some of the components to craft that we're going to need to make 4 more of these simulation chambers, or not simulation chambers, loot fabricators. I did it again. While we're waiting for the loot fabricator stuff to craft up, we are getting very, very close to getting ourselves a storage controller, or not a storage controller. What is it called? Oh no, EA2. That ain't it. What is it called? Storage bus. Storage bus. It just hit me. To getting a storage bus on this drawer controller so we can actually see all the items on this wall in our AE2 network, which is going to be vital for us to progress. All these stuff for the loot fabricator should be done, so hopefully we can make 4 of them. Aha, we can. Need to make some more basic filters. Put those in the card holder. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, before we get these things pumping items in and out, we're going to need to hook these up as well. So let's go ahead and connect up this. These are going to be extracting our loot. Import, 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 import. I'm going to put down a cheeky little drum to jump up on. Connected. We're going to need a energy card, item card, filter, match on all of them. Cool. So now they should be ready to get the predictions and start making us some items. And after some micro crafting of the laser node stuff again, I think we should be good. So we need to hook up the item and energy, and it should be just normal config here because it can only get one thing. And they all should be getting power as well. It looks like it's still filling up. Once it fills up, yep, it'll cycle to this. There we go. I can really see that our power may be getting strained here in a second, and we'll check it out once we have all of this stuff running at one time. Now we can connect all of our conveyor modules. Import, import. Ooh, looks like we're going to need to get a few more. I'm going to have to take care of that. Well, the quest book did say to spend your coins. I think this is what they meant, right? Connect these suckers up. And we should start to see the items flowing in. This one, let's start with redstone. Nickel for now. We'll come back and do the platinum. Ooh, a lot of choices here. Gold or aluminum? Definitely aluminum to start. Ow. Can't have that happening again. Access tunnel. What is my skeleton data model doing? I need to see what's happening here. It's stuck. Great. Hopefully that fixed it. I actually don't know where those skeletons are going. Oh, jeez. I knew I messed something up when I built this. I went way too fast. Gotta make sure I lock these drawers. I really hope this setup can keep up. It seems to be producing, you know, a decent amount now that we have 2 Enderman data models. I could probably even speed it up a little bit, but I think this should be enough for what we have right now. I know the conversion's written down somewhere. I just need to go find it. Now that all that stuff is running, let's go ahead and check the power. 0, 0, 0, 0. Oh. Oh, good. I completely forgot that we set it up this way. What am I doing? Okay, let's rectify this. Make the controller access point. Place that down. Node. Extract. Diamond. Once again, I forgot another item card. There we go. And put in the item card. Should just get one thing out once I link. I've had some trouble with getting these to actually pull the items out. Usually a relog solves it, so I'm going to have to do that. Aha, and after the relog, we're getting items in. And it's going to pull them out, hopefully, and put them into all of our numismatic dynamos. And they are. Please let me know down in the comments if there's a better way to do this. This surely can't be the best way, but it seems to be working well enough for now. All of our buffers seem to be full. And now we can see how much headroom we actually have left. This one's at 100, this one's not working, and this one's not working. Okay, so we're really not even close to fully saturating these yet. I'm really glad I went through and upgraded these when I did. We're gonna turn all this coal into steel. Really don't have a need for clay electrolysis anymore, but it might be useful to get some of the silicone and sulfur's not from that, but lithium, sodium, and silicon. Here we go. We've got some void now, and we should just place these on all of these so they don't spill over. We already have some coal accidentally going into here, but this should have solved it. This whole time, this spider data model has been chilling in my inventory. Well, we need to get this thing a home now. There we go. Well, we made this simulation chamber for him, but I think we're going to hold off because I don't have the stuff I need to make any more MV circuits to make another loot fabricator. So we're going to have to hold off on that for now. I lied. We're going to make some annealed copper. We already have the gallium arsenide. All right, make me some diodes. Uh-oh. Assembler. Fine annealed, liquid glass, small pile. This is a circuit assembler. Blasphemy. There we go. This is the right machine. And liquid glass. There we go. Finally. That was silly. And because I know this will be a problem later. There we go. Hopefully we never have to use those emergency diamonds to get these things up and running. Things went really, really badly, if that happened. Okay, we have our loot fabricator, and we can hook this thing up now. Let's go ahead and put this in, make sure that it's ready to extract the items. And we're going to have to make ourselves a little bit of a jump up again. Make sure that we get the energy in the item. Here we go. It's being powered and getting the matrices. And over here, loot fabricator. Connected. Import. Another laser node. Energy. Item. With a filter. Match. Now we can set this to copper. And after looking at our cheat sheet and doing a quick calculation, we know that this advanced alloy smelter is making 40 of the ppms per minute. And if each operation of the simulation chamber takes 15 seconds, each one of these machines is eating 4 of those per minute. So we can handle 10 of these chambers. So we have the perfect amount right now to keep up. Now, when we take a look at the quest book, we can see that we've made some decent progress in terms of quest progression. We made our first tier 2 circuit the other episode, and we are going to want to work our way down to making ourselves cheaper circuits, because if we're going to progress in any manner that makes sense, we are going to need to make cheaper and cheaper circuits. So in order for us to do that, we're going to need some MV machines, and what better time to start filling up the area we built last episode. We have this area up here that we are going to have our on-demand AE2 crafting set up. For now, it may not be fully automized with AE2, but we're going to start building it up there. And in order to do that, we are going to need to make ourselves a energy converter. We're going to start with an MV 16 amp one right now, which should be able to support all the machines that we're going to need, at least for the time being. So we're going to have to figure out a way to get power up here, and I think this should be fairly simple. We're just going to steal power from our little tree down there into this node. It's going to look a bit ugly for now, but I'm sure we'll come up with a better, more elegant solution later on. Then we can close that up. We're going to take our 16 amp energy converter, connect it up to there. Make sure on the upper face, we are getting an energy insert card, and this should be getting power. Cool. And now we can start running lines off this and start adding MV machines here. And what machines are we going to need? Well, that's simple. I've already made a little bit of a list in our clipboard here. We need 3 extruders, an electrolyzer, a lathe, and a mixer. All of these things are going to be important to make other components that we're going to need to make even more machines and scale up and continue to work down the quest book and making ourselves some wafers. So we're going to start off with the extruders just because they are the best and they are going to make my life so much easier. So I think we're going to start with 3. I should have everything I need for them. Ooh, I need one more MV circuit. Okay, I'm gonna have to make those. Let's see, what do I need for them? Circuit assembler, diode. I also forgot about this recipe. I wasted a few LV circuits, but it's fine. And the last extruder. We're also gonna need shapes for the gear, the rotor, and bolts. And there we go. Heading on up into the second layer. I need to get some kind of elevator or something up here. It takes a long time to run around every time. But let's connect up these wires. And in theory, we should just be able to connect them here. each with their own shape. There we go. And the electrolyzer. And now we can make the lathe. We need to backtrack a little bit to make more of the MV circuits so that we can finish off all the machine crafting, but this is pretty good for now. Okay, we've made a few more circuits, and now we can make ourselves the advanced mixer. All of these things have a role to play in terms of getting us more progression. For instance, this advanced mixer is useful for making ourselves vanadium steel, which we are going to need to make the vanadium steel buzzsaw for the MV cutter. So everything has a bit of a purpose this point in the game. We're not just willy-nilly making machines. It's a little bit more calculated, but maybe that'll change once we get a little bit more of a foothold in technology. All right, after mixing up some vanadium steel and running that through our blast furnace, we should now be able to create the buzzsaw blade and the advanced cutter. So yay, now we can cut some chips and make even cheaper circuits. Now that the cutter's been taken care of, we can go ahead and start making our boules and cutting them. And because I was smart, I actually already made a few. These have been sitting in this blast furnace for maybe since as soon as we got this room done. I think the first time we made this room, we put some silicone in through there. So we do actually already have some boules. So we got to send those through the cutter, and then we can continue to cut them down and make chips. But we're actually making ruby. We're sifting some ruby down. We're trying to get, oh cool, we got our exquisite. So we're already good there. So we're going to have to laser engrave that to get ourselves the lens. And then we can start making the ILC chips that we're going to need for the cheaper circuits. But for right now, we have some long recipes that we have to let go. And this is one of them. For now, I'm just going to use water. I know we can use lubricant and stuff later, but for now, we're just going to use water. And these are going to take a little bit. And while we are waiting for those to cut up, we can make ourselves the laser engraver. Cool, so now we can make ourselves some lenses. Place down the laser engraver, and the silicon wafers are done. Cut that down. Oh, well that wasn't right. Well, I'm glad we had two. It's the lathe. And then we should get our ruby lens. All right, there we go. We have our lens, and then we can put this into the laser engraver and start engraving ourselves some ILC wafers. And we are going to want to get these started in the cutter because these are a long recipe. 90 seconds per pop, but at least we get 8 of them, so that's good. We have a few different things running here. We have the assembler making us some more of these diodes. Hopefully we are almost to the point we don't need these anymore. We can move on past that. We also got our IC chips, and we have this basic circuit assembler set up now, and all we have to do, in theory, is pop in these, and we should be making our tier 2 circuits. I even have some extra stuff in here. We should be able to make a good amount of circuits, pretty close to 2 stacks of them, hopefully. There we go, basic integrated circuit. Let's go. I figured while we're in the mode of circuit progression, we may as well make our second tier of MV circuits. So we just need to use these ones that we just made. Using silver bolts and fine gold wire and the phenolic printed circuit boards, we can make ourselves the good integrated circuits. Boom. Progress. And we are making really good progress in the quest book here. But I have a feeling that we are going to need to step back and do some more infrastructure upgrades. Maybe more blast furnaces? But unfortunately, I think the blast furnace route is going to have to wait just a bit longer because I have some cool plans that I want to do with that. I'll leave you hanging a little bit there, unfortunately. But I'm excited to get working on that. For now, we have some other things we want to take care of here. I think what I want to do is do this infinitor wood quest. I want to make myself a greenhouse because that's going to be super important for starting some basically pyrolyze setup so we can get some stuff from that. So here we're going to need the most important and the most expensive of which are probably going to be these solid steel machine casings and the greenhouse block itself. So let's go ahead and check this out. In the assembler, it's steel plates and some steel frames, and we're definitely going to want to use the assembler because it looks like it's a lot more efficient to do it that way. It's actually the same, but we don't actually need the tools. So let's see. Starting off with the steel frames. These aren't too bad. Just steel rods in the assembler. This is definitely going to be the way. That saves us a bunch. It's actually the same once again. Just don't have to use the tool and it's automatic. Not too bad. And then the last part is just the steel plates, which we should have a good amount of. Let's see. Oh yeah. I've been stockpiling these for a while. Okay, so we'll just take a stack of rods and a couple stacks of old plates there, and we will get going on making those. Let's turn this assembler to 4, put in our rods, and in theory we should be making ourselves the steel frames. Nice. All right, now we can take our steel frames, change the circuit number to 6 down there, put in the frames and our plates. And in a short amount of time, we should have 40 of these solid machine casings, which is, in theory, enough. Also, in the arc furnace, I put in some glass, and I still have a few more to make. Tempered glass, as we are also going to need a good amount of that. We need 69, which we pretty much already have, and we're good there. Awesome. Okay, there we go. We have our machine casings. We're actually going to need a couple of these for more of the crafting. We're going to need a fluid regulator for the control block. Once we put this on 1, and we'll make ourselves a fluid regulator. That is a weird recipe. You don't make those too often. And bang, fluid regulator. And there we go. There's the greenhouse block. Next, we're going to need to make the LV input bus, input hatch, and output bus. First, we make the input bus, then the hatch, and then the output. We're also going to need to make a aqueous accumulator for the water, and our second LV energy hatch that we are going to use to overclock this machine to MV power. So let's go ahead and see how this works. So I think I'm going to place it here in this area for now. I will end up moving this, I'm sure, as we'll have multiple of these to power a full pyrolyze setup that I have planned. But we're going to try using the terminal. I should just be able to build it just from right-clicking or shift right-clicking. Oh my goodness, and it worked. That was extremely satisfying. Now all we have to do is go around and find where these hatches are and put them in the right spot. This isn't too bad. I'll probably move the output bus. I'll probably end up moving that. We're going to want to put that probably up here in the middle. Put the output bus up here. Oh no, I'm picking things up. Turn that off. Output bus. Let's find the input bus and hatch. Probably going to go out the back. Input bus. It can go in the front. It doesn't matter nearly as much. We want the bus to be on the corner. And lastly, to get this thing to build, we're going to need to put in the input hatch somewhere. So I think right down here in the back should be fine. And there we go. It's formed. We're also going to put the aqueous accumulator right here. It's going to need a bucket of water on both sides. And then we can place just one fluid pipe. Wrench that in. There we go. And then we're going to need to put a pump on this side and set it to import. And this should be getting water. All right, now in theory, we should be ready to power this thing. We may need to do a little bit of excavating down here. I guess I haven't made the basement. Yep, I have. We're good. We're going to put this down first, and then on the upward face, we're going to put in the energy card. And then on the converter side, we're going to click to here. And then we can connect the cables to it. So I'm going to need to get my wire cutter, connect this up. Now down here underneath, we can just very simply connect this to here, and it should get power in theory. Did I not connect that? I did not. Right click, boom. Now we're getting power. And this is the recipe we're going to be using. We're going to be using rubber saplings and the water we already have to get ourselves a half stack of logs, some sticky resins, and some rubber saplings back. Let's get a frame drawer, connect the drawer up to the output, and then put this into here. I believe it was circuit 1. Failed to set up. Insufficient inputs. Fluid. Oh no! Don't mind me while I fix that silly mistake. And there we go. We're actually getting the recipe to run now. All right, now that we have an output, we're going to want to hit void upgrade on it. And we should be able to link this to that drawer. And we're going to lock it as well. And yep, just to confirm on our drawer controller, we do see those items in there. I am extremely happy with the progress we made today. Another kind of weird episode where I just went on weird tangents to try to do some things, but I'm happy nonetheless. I think we are going to go ahead and collect our resources, and we got a lot. We got our MV age. Let's go. But I think that's where I'm going to leave us off today. I think in between episodes, I'm going to do some more infrastructure work and plan out a couple things that I want to build in the next episode. I was hoping I was going to get to it today, but some things required a little bit more attention than I originally thought it would take. But what do you know? That's Greg Tech for you. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you did enjoy, please hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are excited to see some more. Like I said earlier, we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and I appreciate all of you guys that are here watching. But that's all I've got for you. It's been Eagle. Peace.